Hi viewers, thank you once again for joining us today in our usual episode on tech and gadgets segments on Nigeria Today Live on Galaxy TV. It's such a pleasure to have you join us today, and thank you so much for all our contributors. My name remains Olusegun Olabode Ajakai. It's been an interesting journey having viewers ask us questions, and today we want to take a practical and a different approach around how we respond to our followers and our viewers out there. We've gotten several questions, comments, and contributions around certain questions that have been asked. And people have been asking us several questions around what do I need to do with respect to some of the tips you've shared with us? How can I start my journey around mentorship? And we'll be picking few questions that has been asked. And the first one speaks to one of our segments, which we talked about mentorship. And this is Emeka from Lagos. He asked the question around, why is mentorship so important in today's fast-changing world? Why is mentorship so important in today's fast-changing world? My feedback to that will be that, and I'll take myself as a perfect example, and the youth out there, because I know everyone can actually relate to this. Let me give you a perfect example. Imagine the power and the game-changing effect that will have on you as an individual. That's the power of having a mentor, because a mentor has either learned, unlearned, failed. And I'm not just saying one failure. They've failed multiple times. And they can share some insights with you around what you need to do. Practical examples around things you need to do to change the way you think, the way you see things, and the way you relate to life. Mentors are there to help you. And the interesting part about it is that there are different kinds of mentors. Some people will say, oh, I have a spiritual father who is like a mentor to me. One mentor cannot fit all boxes or tick all the boxes. Your mentor, your career mentor can be different from your spiritual mentor. Someone that mentors you around financing may not necessarily be a good person to mentor you or advise you in spiritual related, conversations or issues. I remember vividly well in my over 10 years plus in marriage, I had an issue in my marriage and I was opportune to have this discussion with someone who is one of my mentors. And I came to realize the fact that not everyone will have answers to your problem, especially when that problem is not related to something which is their niche or something that is related to them or something they've actually thrived on with respect to probably where they are subject matter experts around. So if you want to discuss finance, get someone who is related to that environment or that niche. Your pastor may not tick all the boxes in advising you in career-related conversations. Well, there are some who may be vast. Your imam may have experience with things spirituality and certain life tips or acts that can help you as an individual. So to all you out there, my advice to you is this. Try as much as possible to follow those you look up to, either as a mentor or as a guide, people you can learn one or two things from. Follow them on their Twitter handles, on social media, across Instagram, especially on LinkedIn. Try to see what they post. Try to learn from them. Because at the end of the day, when you engage people like that and you ask questions, you get clarity on several issues affecting you. And the power of mentorship or mentoring is it helps you accelerate your growth because you've learned from them, you've seen them in their vulnerable states. And once you have access to people like that, don't take advantage of such opportunity. I hope you've been able to learn something. And I'll go to the next question. Emeka, we look forward to seeing your chats. The next question speaks to what makes a good mentor-mentee relationship work? In my perspective, I would say it requires openness. And like I mentioned earlier as well, so it requires having mutual respect and respect the time of that mentor. If they've given you access to ask them questions or probably 30 minutes or 1 hour or 5 minutes, value that time and respect the fact that they've given you access to that time. Because a whole lot of people out there are looking to have that opportunity, and once you have that opportunity, make good use of it. Ask them critical questions and also get prepared. Don't just come without having your questions outlined. Make research about them. Find time to read about them. Find time to see what interests them so that I can ask questions that relates to the areas or the field of study or their field of expertise at the end of the day. Another question speaks to how can technology improve mentorship today? Like I mentioned, having access to digital platforms, LinkedIn, their social media handles, ask questions from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your phones, and make sure you also follow them across their media channels. And the interesting part about it, I also say, is this: if they are attending some special events, try to be there. Make sure you are visible and do all it takes. Don't be a nuisance, but have access to them through by asking questions, sending them a private DM, and also making sure you are available to meet them at events or special conferences. I hope you've been able to learn something. I look forward to seeing you next in our episode. Please feel free to follow us across our social media platform and hearing from you as well too, because your feedback is all we look out for. Feel free to follow us across our social media channels at Galaxy TV and also at Nigeria Today Live. Follow me across my social media channels on LinkedIn at Olusegun Olabode Ajakai, on TikTok at I Am Body of Lagos. We look forward to seeing you in our next episode. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Cheers.